New Year is around the corner, and as usual, quite a few of you would try to set up a New Year resolution for yourself. Uh, Obviously, this could not be the first time, if I could guess it correctly, and you would have done it, quite a lot of times before. And I don't know how many times, one succeeded or you succeeded for that matter. Um, so very simple. You would have bought a gym, or or you may be looking at buying a treadmill for yourself, or or maybe something on food habits. You decided not to take a particular kind of food, or you want to take more of a particular kind of food, for example protein. So like that, once a New Year resolution goes like that, it's like a child, right? So why you are not able to maintain that New Year resolution after few days in January, or maybe after a month or two? Why you are not able to sustain it for a longer time, or not able to sustain for over the years? That is the question. So obviously, that was an uh, purpose. I'm sure you would have started off, but where you failed, for example, maybe no lack of discipline, as people generally would call it. But if you really look at, there are recently, for that matter, Harvard Business School has come out with psychology on analyzing why people do fail with respect to their goals, or whatever they intend to instead of goal, for that matter. So from that perspective, you want to try something. Obviously, in this case, you don't have any knowledge about the 6 apps, or you want to look beautifully, on a photogenic face kind of a thing, or so you don't have any knowledge. Somebody has told, and you just want to follow. Second thing is, you assume. This is again an assumption for a moment. You assume that you will look good, or you will look better, or you can live happily by doing this or by not doing that. So there is an hypothesis for that matter. And third thing is, you build up a goal based on that, like without knowing, without having knowledge about it, without, I mean, and having a hypothesis that this is good, and you set a goal. And then finally what happens is that after a few months or a few days, after having spent some 10,000 bucks or something to the gym guy, you end up not attending the regular exercise at all. So in some cases, the worst things will happen. People start being more lazy than before. So all these things are why this is all happening. That is what we are going to discuss today. So you are going to fail. In this example, this is a failure. Clearly, it's a failure. If you have bought a treadmill at home, definitely you can see that that's a holy place where things have failed, because treadmill will be used for drying your clothes, or not keeping things on the table. I mean, on the surface of it, or maybe you use it for sitting, and you will try to invent so many ways by which that can be used, except for the purpose of jogging, or running, or even for that matter walking. So you will find ways, innovative ways to misuse it. So that is like this. There are so many things you can look at home. You buy a vacuum cleaner, that will be lying there for after a couple of use. So you buy a microwave oven, and it will be lying there for ever, after 2 days, I mean maybe 2 years or 1 year of use. So all these things you are trying, and all these subjects or objects you try, and again you fail at gym, you fail at kitchen, you fail at bedrooms, you fail at study, you fail at school. So there are so many places where you will end up in failure. And finally what happens is that you will abandon that. So when you say abandon, you stop going to gym, or you stop doing a walking, you stop doing the cleaning of your sofa, or something like that. So finally, you abandon, and you would have paid some money for that, for the purchase and for the usage of it in terms of time, money, etc. So this is how the failure gets shaped up, and this goes on and goes on for every year and every time. So the advice here is that when in case you have to fail, how to fail. Okay, that's the essence of it. So in case you are going to fail, you have to fail in such a way that you take a lesson out of that, so that is beneficial to you, so that you don't make the same mistake again. So like that, you should have not designed your goals and assumptions and the activities in such a way that in case of a failure, and what is that, you will take it as a lesson which will be beneficial to you, so that you don't make that mistake. Second thing is, it has to be less costly. Okay, somebody might wanna buy a very costly equipments, or something like that, and then finally end up not using it at all. So that is another reason for failure. Third thing is, somebody may think that you try this approach and it is expected to give you a lot of money. Like you put in a small amount of money, and you will get very big amount of money in a shorter time. Somebody may incite you, or you get excited from all these inputs. So that is also another reason for failure, and you have to be careful in such a way that you whatever you are getting excited, you need to be careful enough so that when you fail, you know that what was the trigger point for that failure. Now let's see the types of failure. This is again deep subject understanding, and there are quite a few researches going on in the world. And some of the tips are, there are some basic failures, like I am typing something, and I make a mistake, and I give it to my boss, and he scolds me saying that why can't you do it properly. So that's a simple mistake. Or you get distracted by a music, or by a TV program, or someone calls you. So there are quite a few distractions in that sense, and there could be some slip ups. Okay, maybe about of oversight, you would have missed it, or you thought that you have done, but you have not actually done. So it could be any of those cases. And sometimes your attention may be completely diverted, because when you're driving, somebody gets into your way, and your attention completely shifts from the signal to that particular person or object. So attention distraction scenarios. So in all these things, if you have to fix yourself, the fixes are pretty easy, and know why all these things happen and how to avoid that. And the consequence for that matter is slightly less. It won't be life threatening, or it won't be damaging to everybody. So the consequence will be slightly less. And you need to be careful again here. There is a famous English sentence: "Kill me not, leave him." So where you put the comma, that makes the difference. So if you say that no, kill him not, and then leave him, then the comma is that place. Whereas if you just change the comma to some other position, that guy would that guy got killed. That's how the story goes. If you have studied, or not, if you know about that. So it is just a matter of comma, or a simple punctuation in that context, but that punctuation took away a life of somebody. So as long as it is colossal in nature, that is perfectly fine, but otherwise it's all simple mistakes. Then the next level is a complex failure. There could be multiple causes, and all these causes might form it into some way or other, and forms major impact or consequence on your goal. And very simple example could be, the recession, which is not in your out of control. I mean, which is not in your control at all. And there could be, multiple factors. The way people buy, the way the government runs, the way the world economy is. There are so many factors. The same way, if you look at the oil spill, that is not in your control, but oil spill can endanger the society or the environment, around that place. So the oil spill can be, at sea, or at a home for that matter, or it can be at a street. So that would cause, quite a lot of disturbance, and you need to be extremely careful when you are planning for, such a task. You need to be, very very clear that all your tasks, that includes obviously your assumptions and the procedures, tools, whatever you do, all that need to be meticulously, looked at, and you need to run through each of the points, like, whether it has got an, colossal effect, or is it a simple effect, or it has got a damaging effect on the environment, like that. So if you remember, one of the earlier videos in which I discussed about what it takes to, or what it means by. So if you know by that, then probably you can address these points. The third type of failure is referred as intelligence failure. Okay, here uh, here the intelligence in the sense is that you want to do something, but you don't know anything about that. So that means you don't have any knowledge about that, but still you want to try or attempt or do something about it. And you will try to define hypothesis, as we discussed at the start, like, I know it will be good, or no, it will be bad. You will make some assumption without having that knowledge, and then you will try to pursue by with some actions. And these things, could be sometimes, without knowing what it is, you might take a random guess. That's a possibility. Okay, so for example, if you don't know driving, and or driving enough, then what you will say that, okay, let me try. And you take the vehicle, and you go to a crowded place, or a kind of ramp, or slopes, like that, and get stuck. Or if you don't know how to drive a vehicle underwater, then there is a problem. So but you may assume that, yeah, I know driving and I can. So that's a random guess, but you have not exhausted all the scenarios. And so it has to be, you need to apply some kind of rationale, and know how to go about it. And the result, if it is a failure, it has to be as small as possible, in the sense that it can be, what do you call, the effect could be smaller, or the impact could be smaller, in terms of finance, or in terms of environment, or in terms of impacting others, your neighbors, your family, etc. So like that, you should plan all your tasks in such a way that you build a knowledge. That's what we have been telling in this channel. That's the purpose of this channel as well. That you need to have some kind of knowledge, and you need to have a rationale in taking the hypothesis. Then you try to attempt something, and even if there is a problem, you know where to correct it. That's perfectly in alignment with what we have been discussing, or at least now I am sharing with you. So that is the essence of it. And the worst case, if things are not happening, then how will you assess that? So you have to build a mechanism in such a way that first you start small, and it has to work at least once in one condition at least, and that condition must be repeatable, and it should work. Like for example, you try to build a software, and it has to work in at least in one scenario 100% of the time correctly. That is number one. Second, invite a lot of ideas. Either you generate ideas or you talk to friends, and how to go about this task, or the goal as such maybe, and then you will know all the, if not all, at least many of those combinations where there could be a slip up, or where there could be a complex failure, like the oil spill for that matter, or it could be an intelligence failure. So you can identify where you can go wrong. And third thing is, once you do, try to take some feedback, maybe from your own body to yourself, or in case of exercise, know what you are trying to do. And if it is if it involves a team, if it involves your family, friends, maybe try to take some advice or feedback from them. See how you can correct it. And at the end of the day, you are the final authority on that. So that way. And in the worst case, when that things are not happening, and like you come out of a treadmill, in the same way you try to walk away from that goal and try to redefine another goal. The idea is not to walk away, but the idea is to judiciously assess when to walk away. So this is essentially when you are building all these things as part of your internalization, in terms of realizing the goal. What it is called is the right way, or the right kind of wrong, so that even if something is wrong, you know how to correct it, because you are the creator of the life, your own life, and you know how to do that. Thank you very much. This is Gokul on Business Doctor. Cheers.